The event is Navigating the Future of Digital Content, and I'm truly, truly honored to sit before you and MC this event so that I can bring in like really, really cool people who will speak better on this topic. Because I'm a medical doctor. I'm sure some of you know me as a medical doctor and you're wondering, what the hell is she talking about digital, futures and things like that. But that is the reality of where we are now. The future is here. The future is closer than we think. And also as a medical doctor, I need to think about what that means for me, in the business that I'm running. A friend of mine who I see is in the audience as well today said to me recently, do not skate where the park is, rather skate to where you think the park will be, and I really think that is so key in what we are talking about today. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to let the experts speak. We've assembled thought leaders in this space, my friends, and who are also members with me of the Entrepreneurs Organization, an international organization that I think you guys should really consider being members of, and we will post the links in the chats. In case you want to inquire more about the organization to see if you qualify to be a member, so you can get to really network with entrepreneurs that are forward thinking, an international organization. We have members obviously in the country, and that's really what we do. We get together and really talk about how to make a difference in our country, how to make a difference in our businesses, and how to impact the people that we serve better. And technology is just one way of doing that. Our first speaker is Rolf Starkey, a visionary in the field of digital content. His career is marked by groundbreaking achievements and a relentless pursuit of excellence. He has a deep understanding of the trends that are reshaping our digital landscape, and his insights today will undoubtedly shed light on some exciting possibilities, that lie ahead. Over to you, Rolfie.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, it's an honor to be able to present on this, and I think actually organizing information like this also gets your own understanding a bit better. So thanks for that. Yeah, just before I go to my slide, with a presentation like this, the most important thing for me is what did you guys take away? So if you guys don't take anything away, I haven't achieved anything today. So just listen out. What can you action with the content that we're actually going to present now? So yeah, let me start presenting. Share. There we go. Can you guys see this? I think you guys can.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
So let me just put the slideshow like that. I think that's going to be a bit better for you guys. So my talk's about AI, how AI and ChatGPT are leveling the playing field. So just a very, very quick, brief overview of what AI is in ChatGPT. AI is artificial intelligence. It's basically the science of creating machines that mimic human intelligence. Basically meaning you can't actually tell the difference if a human's chatting to you or a machine's chatting to you. And that's what artificial intelligence is. ChatGPT is basically if you're typing a text on WhatsApp and it predicts the next word, that's what ChatGPT is. It comes from the same thing. Google released a paper in 2017 called All You Need Is Attention. And they created large language models. And basically what they did was they didn't know how far in the future it can predict. And what ChatGPT, OpenAI ChatGPT did was they went and put $10 million worth of content into it and massive computers. And they basically put the whole internet on it. And they saw that it could just predict far into the future. That's what it's in a simple term what ChatGPT is. It's just next word prediction on steroids. And if you actually just had to simplify it down, it's a supercharged virtual assistant that can help you with your relationships, with your cooking, spreadsheets, making a CV. It doesn't actually matter what it is. It's a supercharged assistant. This picture, all the pictures on this presentation have been made by AI, Mid-Journey AI. So this one I just typed in assistant lady in the Matrix, and it gave me that beautiful picture. Leveling the playing field. Let's just go on to that quick. It's basically an old idiom. It comes from sports, where the soccer fields weren't flat back in the days, and if you make it nice and flat, it's equal for each side. At the current moment, big businesses have a lot of money to spend on R&D, on massive programming departments, on sales teams, on a legal team. And what ChatGPT is going to do is it's going to help us level the playing field. We've got a tool that can help you a lot with all these departments that massive businesses have. So just a thing about AI. I haven't met a neutral person. Let me just see if I can just put the I don't usually use Zoom, but I want to just see your guys' messages. But I haven't met someone neutral about artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. They're either positive or they're negative. And I don't know how this room feels. Maybe if you can just put up yes or no. Are you positive about it or no? Negative about it. So if you've got that, just put it on the chat. Let me just see where does the chat pop up. Laura, if you could just help me where that is. I'm not. If you can maybe start. There we go. I've got the chat there. Okay, it's positive. So this is a good room. Positive, positive, positive. Okay. Some people are neutral. Some people are negative about it. So if you're positive about it, here I've got a picture. I created a picture of asterisk from asterisk and obelix. It will be the super potion to make you be able to conquer the big business. And I put into Mid-Journey a picture. I want a picture of a big business squashing and eating up a small business. And it gave this picture. So that big monster is what's going to happen to your business if you don't use the latest tech. Because big businesses are also going to start using ChatGPT and AI, but they're much slower than us. So we can, as small businesses, we can innovate much faster and use these things. So if you're positive, it's easier to actually drink the potion and get the benefit. So what do I think about AI? If you take maths, and this is something we used to do it on paper, and if I actually ask any of you guys to do sums on paper, you're going to say it's too crazy. Then we used this, a calculator, and after that we used spreadsheets, and that's where we basically are. But you'd never go back. AI is the next thing. It's artificial intelligence, and it's just another tool. That's all it is. There's nothing more to it. So if you think of it as just the next best tool, it takes away all the worries. So what do we do in our company? So Jenny Internet's an ISP. Our goal is to connect Africa to information, put an uncapped internet connection in. And we wanted to get all our employees to use AI immediately, as soon as possible, because it gives you such a massive benefit. So I created a competition, a pizza challenge, and what everybody had to do was, on the next slide, they had to make a shortcut to Bard, or Bard's just Google's version of ChatGPT on their browser, that it's easy to use. They had to ask a question, and then they had to post their answers to their questions. The winner, which solved the real world problem, would get 2 pizzas and cool drinks for him and his colleagues. So yeah, we just said, please, all employees, don't ask, before you ask a human anything, ask AI, because AI is usually better with technical stuff than humans. And you can get the answer immediately, and you're not taking another person's time up. So we did this, and within 2 weeks after the competition ended, we had these 4 things that actually were implemented in our company. So the first one, the winner of the competition, improved our internal Wi-Fi support. The pizza winner found a way on ChatGPT to set up a web proxy, so we could log into the customer's internal network and fix up the internal Wi-Fi. That helped us a lot. The second one, we've got a business in Mozambique, and they got a very stupid thing in Mozambique. You need a license to send an invoice via email. we struggled for months and months, and with legal people, you just asked ChatGPT, they told us exactly how the whole structure worked. We had a VoIP problem. We sell voice over IP, which is telephone systems, where companies used to hack into our system and route their calls through our server. We told ChatGPT about the problem, it gave us a solution, we implemented it. And then the last thing is we integrated ChatGPT into our support. So if you go in here, on all our, I've just tested this chat. I was going to do this live to you, but my wife said don't bore the people by doing it live. So on all our support, you can actually just click ChatGPT there, and then you can ask it any question. And what if the customer asks a weird question about a weird type of router, they can type it in there, and AI will knows everything about all routers. It will just give you the exact process to log into that router. So basically, I just asked a question. Yeah, I'll click that button. I'll ask, my TV is not connecting to my Wi-Fi. Please assist me. And then it took a minute, or what's that, 20 seconds, and it popped out with this. Sure, I'd be happy to assist you connecting your TV to your Wi-Fi. And it gives you all the troubleshooting steps. If you actually just send this to a customer, they think you are the most smartest person ever, especially if you actually put in, you can say, I've got a Sony TV model, this, and this, and then it'll actually give you the steps to fix your Wi-Fi problem with that model to your Wi-Fi router. So it's just, we just implemented that. The next thing that we did was we just let AI do half of our work for us. So if you open a ticket, it runs a trace route. Sorry, I'm getting a bit technical here. Basically, it checks the quality of the link to the internet. And then what ChatGPT does, it actually will analyze it and say, we see there's no packet loss. This is, I just use a good client here, but it will actually tell you, it will diagnose that link. So that's just what we've done in our business. So going from that, I just want to go to some practical stuff. So the practical things are, I'm going to show you guys spelling and grammar, templates, translation, making these images. And the last one is actually the most one is analytics. So for example, if you guys got any questions, you guys can stop me here. I think there's too many questions at the top. Here's the original document. I'm just going to show you this quick. So if you look at this, this is just a document that myself and one of the managers made in our ISP company. And I gave it to my brother and I said, please just check it out for me. And he said, cool, I like what you've done, but can you just please edit it this way? He literally spent 2 minutes on it. And he selected the whole document basically going like that. He copied the text and he plunked it in ChatGPT. And then he asked it this question. Please could you comment on the following document proposal to a national fiber provider? What grammar errors can you spot? Do you think it's clear and precise? Here is the document. Just paste. Copy, Control V. There we go. And ChatGPT basically came up with this. Consistent capitalizations. You need to fix that. Consistent spacing, consistent terminology. Pops instead of pops for plurals. So basically gave us all the grammar and stuff. He says, do all of this, guys. So I'm like, oh, cool. And then he jumped off the call. And then I just did was, I basically said, please fix our document according to the recommendations as far as possible. And I just blocked the whole thing in. And what it did was, I didn't even put it back in. It just said, oh, of course, here's a reviewed version. This reviewed version is perfect grammar. Even puts tables in. It basically just fixed everything that it suggested. And that's within seconds. So let me not go too far on that one. It's just a practical thing on spelling and grammar. We don't need to do this again. Translation. I'm not going to go into this one. I just searched a picture. I just typed, give me a picture of Babel, the Bible, the tower, and it made me this. You can just ask it to translate anything. It translates it in perfect Afrikaans, Zulu, you name it. I'm not going to do that one. I want to get through everything. Templates. Maybe I'll do this one with everybody. So let's just create one here. I would please create me a template for a CV. I am give me a job. Type of a job, guys. First one on the comments.
I'm a doctor.
Doctor. Cool. Just there we go. so basically, if you wanted a template for a CV, you used to go on the internet and find somebody else's and then try to change it. What this one actually does is it'll actually, you can tell it what it is, and it'll sort of give you just a template for a medical doctor. And it'll fill in some stuff, and you can put in all your things here. Like I've just did it just before this. I did it with a graphic designer, and it will put Adobe there and Corel Draw, and you can just delete what you want. You copy this, paste it on a document, there you've got your template. Any letter to any government organization or anything, I just put it in here, ask for a template, this is what I'm going to do, and that's it.
Rolf, sorry, can I just jump in here for a second?
Go for it, Joe.
It's Chris speaking. I just wanted to applaud you. I see you actually said please. I mean, you're talking to a machine, but there is quite a big ethical debate currently, you know, how we are training these machines to understand humans. And things like please and thank you is actually very important because they actually learn from each and everything we submit. So if we just treat them as a robot, they'll do exactly the same to us. So they won't have any ethical things towards humans.
Exactly. And there's actually a new study out now. If you actually ask AI and you say, the way to get the best result out of ChatGPT is actually to say, take a deep breath, think about what I've sent you, and please, can you do this for me? And it actually works better. It works like a human. So the better and the more kind you can be to it, and the more you can explain to it what you need, the better it will actually give you an answer on it. So this is just on that. But yeah, that's a very good point. Be nice to it, treat it like treat it with respect, and it will give you good answers. Thanks, Chris. Images. I don't know if you guys, probably some of you have used Midjourney. So Midjourney is the best, the internet's best AI for creating images. And I'm just going to go right on the bottom here. Sorry, I was here earlier. So what you can do is you can create any image. So who's got an example of one? Maybe, Chris, can you give me an example of an image that you need? Who's got an example? You guys can just type it in here.
Don't pick on me now. Anyone else?
Yeah, anybody can say okay, I'm just gonna create a general image here. So
Can you mind, please?
Say again, what's yours?
I've always wanted an AI generated profile picture.
Okay, then I'm going to need your picture. You can actually just if you can send that to Laura and she can WhatsApp it to me, then I'll create it for you. But let's actually just say I would like
there's one there of an anesthetist doing a cesarean section.
So let's actually, I'd like a smart vehicle.
Ross, somebody's asked if you can run through how to do the demo.
Let's just put it, I'm going to just use that one there. Someone got someone, is someone given someone here? Okay, there I've got a bunch. Mario riding an airplane. Sorry, I've got a ton here. Let's just do that one. There we go. Okay, there we go. Mario running. While we wait for that, I just want to go back here. So that picture on the front page of the lady, the Matrix lady. So yeah, I've asked an admin assistant flying in the Matrix, and it gave me 4 images here. AI sometimes has problems with fingers and legs. So yeah, you can see there she's got 3 legs, and yeah, she's got 3 legs. So what you can do is you can push version 3 here, and it'll give you that picture 3, and you can say reiterate on that same one. So I'll click 3, and then it gave me 4 more pictures, and all these pictures, her legs are fine, and so are her fingers. And then I said, no, I just like that picture number 4, and it gave me the picture right at the top. So just going back to ours, there we go. There's a Super Mario riding on an airplane. And then now we can go now and say which one we like, or we can iterate any one of them and create it a bit further. So it's absolutely, the quality of this thing is absolutely, this is just everybody just creating images. Like you can see what this person wrote, a profile picture of a woman standing in the bathroom looking down, natural light. These ones aren't looking down. Sometimes it doesn't listen to you perfectly. So that's just on the images. Data analysis. Yeah.
Sorry, Rolf, someone asked that you run quickly through how to access Midjourney.
The best way is actually just search on Google I'll send you guys a link afterwards. There's a really nice a step-by-step process to do it. I'll send the link on this chat just before we leave. I think that's going to be the easiest. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think when we send a thank you email to everyone, we'll send with all the links
Yes.
like that you guys put forward. All right.
Perfect.
Okay.
So yeah,
You
just
have 5 more minutes, Rolf.
5 more minutes. Okay, I'm gonna finish up. Yeah. So just on this one, let me just put my alarm here. Stop. 5 minutes. I've got more than 5 minutes, but I'll keep the good stuff. So basically, this thing is absolutely fantastic at anything that you chuck at it. So yeah, we've been using AI in Jenny Internet, our ISP company, for years, from 2019 actually. And what it does is it reads the slip. So we got the slip data. So what you can do is you can chuck in any CSV file. So I've just got a CSV file here. I'm just going to go to that, and I'm going to say I want to add a CSV file. Sorry, I'm just going to go to it here, and I'm going to say, where's my CSV file? That's all right. So this is just, yeah. So it's just a CSV file, and then now I can say, I can give it 2 things. So you can basically go to a CSV file, and you can say, what key stats would you recommend out after looking at this stock spreadsheet? And we can actually, hi, please take your time. Please take your time. What key stats? So you can just ask it a general question like that. So I've given it this, and this has just got a human being, and it's got what was bought. This is the last 2 months of purchases. Everybody in our company's got an e-wallet card, and they log every slip, and every slip is also checked so that it's read and then the data is extracted from it. So yeah, basically it's just going to look what the columns are. It's going to take a little bit of time, so while we wait for it, maybe I can go to a previous one and I can just show you some of the stuff here. Okay, that it uses the pictures, so yeah. Total spending by type. So yeah, we can say how much was spent on products, food, or fuel. Total spending by card holder. Who spent the most in the company the last month? Common vendors. Which vendors were the most frequently frequented the most? So what I can do is I can just say to it, yeah, okay, which vendors were the most, please provide a graph. And I can just say that, boom, and it will extract that information for me, and it will give me a graph. So you can just chuck it anything. I can send it a video file, and I can say at 1.5 minutes, I would like you to take a picture for me, and it'll give me a picture back. I can put 2 pictures in it. So yeah, you can see there's 200 times in the last month, employee from Jenny Internet went and bought KFCs. So this is basically what you're doing, but you're just giving it data, and it can give you this out. There's no ways to get information faster than this. So that's your practical on that. So from data analysis, ChatGPT is absolutely fantastic. What do I do to improve my skills? So what I do is I spend 5 minutes a day with AI tools, and I track it. I read articles about AI, so Google sends me more. I solve employee problems with the ChatGPT so that they can start copying me. Yeah, I don't can show you an example, but I just show them, oh, this page is not good. Let's just fix our whole website up and get the text better. And then I use habit techniques to make it easier for my team to use it. This is from Atomic Habits book by James Clear. So you need to make it obvious. Shortcuts in the browser. What's the easiest way to get people to use it? Make it attractive. We had a competition. It's easy. It's super easy, and it's satisfying because productivity boosts. Everybody who uses it really enjoys it. So that's just what I do. It's used on everything. This little boy, he saw 17 doctors over 3 years. They could not diagnose what problem he had, and he had chronic pain daily. His mother went onto the internet, and she put all the symptoms he had into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said, could it be tethered cord syndrome? And she went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, you never thought about it. Oh yeah, everything fits. And they figured it out. So ChatGPT actually diagnosed this little boy's problems. Sorry, I know I'm almost done. I've got a few seconds left. I just want to fast forward everybody to the future here, guys. I want you to buy an FAW truck by scanning this QR code. So what you're going to do is just take your camera, go over it, and click on the link. So this is what's happening with AI now, what's possible. Have you guys got it in?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, chat with it, just start there. Say, I would like to buy a truck, and then maybe explain to what type of stuff would you like moving on the truck, and how many Harley Davidsons, or what is it on the truck, and what body would you need on the truck. Just chat with it. So you can get a quote first, and you just you guys can maybe we can just open up the mics. If anybody's got a quote, and just explain what you found on your quote. So you can ask it just dumb questions as well.
I don't have a response yet.
You got no response yet? Just double check. Has anybody got a response? Sorry, I wasn't checking now. Otherwise, I must just quickly.
Yes, I do have a response. So it's asked me what industry I'm in, what kind of truck would I be interested in, any specific body or trailer of truck. It's actually great to have a bot that is AI powered, because it's solving the problem while we're talking.
Yeah, so see if you guys can get all the way to getting it. So just go further, tell it what truck you want and what budget you got, and see if you can get it to send you a quote. So whoever's first, just say, I've got a quote, just let me know. So basically what this basically does is, this model, this is for my younger brother's company. He's stayed in the family business. We basically took, for the basic version of what you guys are playing with, to create a quote. Took about 20 minutes to set up. Basically, our younger brother provided us with a spreadsheet with the different models of trucks, with the different trailers and bodies that we fit on the trucks, with pricing and the logo of the company, and we could make it create a quote. So what you can do is you can make it create quotes and sell to people, and if the customer doesn't buy on AI, you can send them to a salesperson. The salesperson can close them. But anyways, that's the future. This is I don't work in Stubber, but it's a second company. I've been working in Jenny Internet my life since a kid. But our second company is Stubber, and that's basically what we do. We set up processes for businesses. That's basically it. I want to just maybe add just one last piece. You can have all these tools, but you need to know what you need, how to use them. And that's basically just from an EO point, it's a massive value on how to use the data and where to go. And that's what I get from EO as a member. I've been in EO now 2 years, and I'm definitely continuing on this, because it's just the ideas that I get every single month from our forum and events like this really help me in my business. So I just like to add that as well. Yeah, and thanks, Dulcie, for asking me to present.
Love it, Rolf. Thank you so much. And maybe like there was a question that kept coming up in the chat around safety of data, like how protected is is your data if you like throwing it into ChatGPT and stuff like that, or what do you need to be careful of? Maybe just as an exit point, if you can talk to that.
So as far as I know, ChatGPT will never. They will aggregate your data and make it anonymous, but they will never ever give it out to anybody. So from that perspective, it's safe. And yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. They will have it's like a lot of we're giving our data to Facebook. I think you got more to worry about that than this, especially in this day and age. They can't afford a data breach.
All right. Thank you so much, Rolf. If any more questions come up, please drop them in the chats, and please do be reminded that the link to find out more about our organization, EO, is in the chats there as well. You can just click on that and reach out to us if you want to be part of our community of just entrepreneurs who share knowledge, experiences, and support one another's growth. My second thought leader is Rorisan Setlogelo, the woman that I blame for joining EO. She's the one who got me to be part of this organization. She's another trailblazer in the world of digital content. Rorisan's expertise in digital strategy and innovation has paved the way for countless success stories, which maybe some of which she will share with you. Her unique perspective will provide us with some valuable strategies to harness the power of digital content in our own endeavors. Over to you, my sister.
Thank you so much, Delcy, for such a warm introduction. So I took a bit of a different approach, I guess, with AI. I think all of us got really excited initially post-COVID, knowing that there's like a tool that can power our businesses in the way that it did. So I'll just start from just a business perspective. I ran a full-service agency called Roth Media Productions. I also have a luxury content agency called Resonate, and they're all under a banner company called the Roth Media Group, which has been operating for a good 12 years in the market. And what we specialize in is developing brand strategies, brand plans for clients across every single industry. So we've done work, just to give you a sense, in everything from luxury clients to FMCG to retail, automotive, financial sector, telecoms and technology. A fun fact, we did the Uber launch in the country in 2013, for example. We've done stuff in healthcare and pharmaceutical, travel and tourism, entertainment and media sector, food and beverages, and NPO. Haven't done much work yet in government, but I think I have quite a strong base in terms of the industry that is serviced by marketing and advertising. And I think one of the key things over COVID is we sat and we saw ourselves just absolutely swallowed as small agencies, because in times of peril and in times of struggle, clients feel more comfortable with network agencies. The stat in the country is that network agencies actually have 98% of market or advertising spend in country, and local agencies would account for only 2% advertising spend. That tells you how massive the gap is and just how insane it is to try and catch up to what the networks have been able to achieve. So when you feel like a small player and you feel like you are in a massive pandemic and you don't know how you're gonna keep your business competitive, keep your business thriving, and then one day, you know, there's just ChatGPT, and you can actually start catching up to network agencies, scaling down your costs, being a little bit more pragmatic about how you structure your agency, and resolving for all manner of challenges and opportunities that you could never anticipate or imagine. So I'm going to talk you through sort of just what my journey was. So upon sort of COVID devastating our savings, our credit facilities, our resources as an agency, upon us, you know, starting to utilize ChatGPT in our business, we had a phenomenal turnaround. I'll tell you, over 2020, 2021, and 2022, as COVID was sort of, you know, devastating industry and business, and 2022, when most companies were going into aggressive recovery, we found that we just had so much more to catch up on. And the second that we actually adopted ChatGPT as a preferred tool, it's almost, I would call it a second strategist in our business. We found our agency actually catching up all the revenue that we lost in COVID. And I'll tell you, we started using AI tools only in about March this year, where we started adopting them aggressively. But we caught up all of our revenue within a good 6-month period. And we've been able to recover so quickly. And we actually have so many more opportunities and a much more diversified and tech-enabled business as a result. So I'll tell you just one of the first things that I did to get myself super comfortable with the platform. One of the key things I think for agencies and media companies and companies that are servicing the advertising and comms industry is to definitely enable themselves with as much information as can be found. So one of the first things I did was to try and follow super users and find out what they're doing. I used super users as a place for me to actually get a lot of content. So I started getting really smart about prompts. This comes up a lot, like the quality of your prompt is the quality of your output on AI typically. And this comes up quite a lot. So the first thing I did was go and start developing and benchmarking my prompts so that my prompts actually had me at front and center on AI. So one of the first things was I would start doing competitor analysis. I would start doing gap analysis on strategies that we built for clients. I would start to do social media. From a social media standpoint, I would actually challenge the platforms to create campaigns, create content, write copy, using chat even as a SEO consultant, developing blog posts, developing copy. Every part of my business started benefiting from having AI-enabled tools that are actually supporting us. And then we started kind of like looking at, okay, cool. If we're posting these prompts, what else can we do with them? We started using the prompts to proofwrite, fix grammar, spelling, and sense check everything. We started using sort of the 80-20 principle to make sure that we're learning fast. So we would insert a topic, identify 20 learnings from the topic, and then ask the app to actually help us develop understanding for the 80%. And it would come back with the most phenomenal things. We learned to get better at certain skills, utilizing the app in the business. We started using a lot of sort of like shortcuts and summaries and actually having like a base of prompts that we can utilize and just copy into the tool as and when needed. We started utilizing the tool to actually solve for technical problems that we'd find in our comm strategies. We found that the tool started assisting us in terms of just optimizing LinkedIn, optimizing Rocket Chat, Hubstaff, all these tools that we would not have come across except for a referral were now at our fingertips in terms of understanding how other agencies were benchmarking the platform in terms of developing content, developing campaigns, developing strategies for clients. And then we started understanding or finding out about how to use review tools for websites. Everything from content generation with Byword, spreadsheets with Equals, meeting recordings with MetaView, and I'll share some of these links in the chat afterwards. Everything from personal productivity with Poised, or customer support using Chatbase, content repurposing using video, or even content repurposing using even Wondercraft as like a support tool. And then from a consumer standpoint, we found that there were a lot of really great fun things that we could bring into our creativity, utilizing some of the sort of like tools that we found. We started finding that, everything from video ads, the stuff that we could actually produce, took on a whole new level. As an agency, we were well awarded in social media campaigns, well awarded in PR campaigns, well awarded in content, well awarded in sports marketing. We had all these great awards, but we had this limit, one client at a time. all of us hands-on, developing really great work. And now suddenly we could scale in the most phenomenal ways. So I think just in terms of the industry, it's so important to benchmark your tools at all times and find out what the top AI tools for work look like. And for our industry, you know, we've gone and tried to see what could actually work to plug into our work and optimize it. Some of the things that we found ourselves utilizing quite strongly became things like Keyword Explorer for keyword or for keyword searches for or utilizing even just abridged due diligence to read summarized stock diligence platforms. We started to learn so much about the tool that we started finding free courses within it where we could actually learn and actually make sure that the team were utilizing it as part of their individual development plans. So some of the things that we found that you could actually learn for free in terms of generative AI on just Google alone. There is a project management certificate that you could get. You could have foundations of agile project tools for AI that you could learn. You had an analytics course for free. We found all of these free courses and we started challenging each other to find the next thing and see what we could do for our CVs, etc. But one of the biggest game changers is I found that our business was so heavy on bums in seats. You know, this is the advertising model. You know, the bigger your team, the more you can do. And I found that that model didn't work for me post-COVID because it wasn't a very resilient model when we went into a pandemic. So one of the things that AI did for us is it helped us build a division in our business called Roth Africa Intelligence, which is essentially Roth AI, which is the name of our business. And we used it to actually create from end-to-end PR campaigns that are completely run using AI. So now I don't have to go and hire hundreds and hundreds of staff in different countries based on the project we had. You know, going into COVID, we had satellite teams in Cameroon, satellite teams in Kenya, in Zambia, and we had to learn all sorts of things on the ground, such as, you know, just language. Being in a francophone country, running a PR campaign is a whole other set of challenges. But with AI, we're able to create personalized pitches and documents, literally finesse award-winning work, use our company formula that has like set us apart, develop very ready trending PR insights, get an extended database of journalists, literally even build influencer or VIP guest bases, monitor campaign metrics, analyze mail responses, you know, if journalists are picking up press releases, etc., and all AI enabled. And this tool is making it that we're able to scale our business faster into Africa, scale our business faster into delivering our special brand of magic, and doing it at a far more cost-effective, in a far more cost-effective way for clients, but also being able to do it at scale. And this is going to be the game changer for our business to ensure that we can compete better with network agencies, we can be visible on the continent, we can get there fast, we can keep agility as our, as Rolf said, you know, that's the thing that you have when you're a small business or when you're not a massive corporate that's heavy to turn around things. You know, you've got agility. And this is exactly what AI tools, AI enables in businesses from a tech standpoint. But I thought it very interesting that I could literally run a complete AI division in my company, service work around the continent from the comfort of my home, and sometimes never even having left my bedroom. You know, it is just the next level, like, and it's here. And the faster you learn, you know, the more fun it is, the more you can challenge it. One of the key things in our sort of, you know, recovery strategy was to embrace technology. in the business, in some of the ways that Rolf indicated, and in some of the ways that are fun and just, making it cool for your team to learn. But one of the things that we did is we wanted to find out what aspects of our business can go from being just service-based to also being product-based. How do we build compelling and competitive tech in our business so that we're a more competitive agency in the market? And through AI, we ended up with about 5 new tech opportunities where we will service things like PR utilizing AI, but now we're also able to build AI to run concierge services, build AI to do educational for the education sector, build AI for our health and pharmaceutical sector, which means that we're not an agency sitting and spending all of our time exclusively building pitches, competing with several other guys with not understanding sometimes the room you're going into in terms of a pitch, or sometimes things are just designated and people just like working with the people they know. And there you are spending, 50 to 100,000 Rand developing a pitch deck that is not actually going to deliver value for you. Where now we've been able to flip that model completely, and we don't have to wait for briefs. We don't have to wait for a corporate to put a brief into the system, put a proposal, RFI, RFPs out. We could literally enable ourselves and actually build products that corporates need. And that has been, I think, the most phenomenal. It's energized me more than I can tell you guys. And it's been just the biggest game changer in my company. That's my presentation. There was a lot that I want to just add in there. There's a lot of links I'm going to just send to Dulcie or to Laura so they can hear it. I just want to enable everybody and let them know that, you can go after whatever it is that you want, because you are more enabled right now than you've ever been before. And, the more you embrace it, the better. And yes, there are a lot of things around, I think, the ethics side of things, but there's something that is very compelling about being South African, having the special brand of Ubuntu. I don't find that we are using it in that way. I find that people are using it collaboratively, they're engaging, they're excited about it, and they're just making magic happen. But yeah, these are the things we've learned. I'm telling you, if I can literally turn around a company in 6 months without anything crazy like, expensive business rescue or whatever you have, just using tech from, and literally catching up 2 years in 6 months, or catching up 3, actually, I should say, in 6 months. And the only thing that's changed in my business is our use and adoption of AI. There's something very compelling there for everyone to look into. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, Orisan. That was really beautiful. And I think maybe I should bring this question to you because it came up in the chat from Charlotte Felix. She has a project to open a school in the townships. How do you see AI playing a role there? Because I think when we speak about this tech cool things, we really never think about those communities, rural communities, township communities that may really benefit from being exposed to some of these things. So like maybe what can you recommend as the AI resources that would be applicable to use for education in such a space?
So I think one of the key things about AI is that you can't get around assets. You can't get around, needing, smartphones or tablets. And it's always been, just this challenge in terms of just your more rural communities that are sometimes just under-resourced completely. So I think the first things first is I would approach it by trying to understand and using AI to understand what the smartphone penetration looks like, how many smartphones are in the homes, how can I then structure those things to do educational things that are incentive-based, because that's what, gamification creates a whole other set of engagement metrics for young people. So in a lot of the work that we're doing in education, we're using a lot of gamification because that's a natural adoption space for students and young people. And seeing how I could end-to-end deliver a strategy that could assist us with even though you have limited resources, you can get people to engage for like a power hour to do some learning. It's almost like think Mnet open time, but for like a smart in a home, in terms of how you could like look at something like that. I don't have all of the sort of like, insights around your idea, but I think if you're thinking rural communities, I would start with the thing that's most available, which is smartphones all over Africa, where they may not have laptops, they may not have iPads or things like that at school, access to PCs, but someone has a smartphone in the home, and certainly you could do a power hour that is incentivized, that gets you engagement there.
Love it. Your thoughts on this, Rolf? Unmute, Rolf.
There we go. I agree. Just from an internet perspective, Africa's over 100% everybody's got access to internet. We've got the best mobile uptake in the world, and I think it's from that point. Let me just read the question, but I think the biggest thing is actually getting people to get cheaper internet that's uncapped, that you don't have to buy data for. Because if you're gonna go to Khan's Academy, or even if you're just using YouTube to learn, what the problem with these townships is, the guys don't have enough money to pay for bandwidth to watch the video finished. There's a big difference, and that's the difference between Africa and the rest of the world. We've got 100% internet access, but we've only got 20% of Africa that has uncapped internet, and I think that's number one step. Once you get that right, and you just give people the internet and they use it, you get crazy stories about that one guy in the middle of Nigeria that created a helicopter. And they're building all these cool things. But I'm just saying that's number one. Can we get paid internet? Doesn't actually matter, but it needs to be uncapped. That's the first step for me. The rest of the stuff's on the internet for the kids, and it's free.
Love it, Rolf. Thank you so much. Access is the equalizer. Like we say this all the time, and these texts are really meant to do that, to level the playing fields. As we say, Nanka, you had your hand up. I saw your hand.
Oh yeah, no, I was just adding on to, hi guys, my name is Nanka. I was just adding on to what Rory-san was talking about regarding the school learning, the lady, I think it's Chantel from Charlotte, sorry.
Yeah,
so just to add on to her, so social media platforms, specifically like Instagram and WhatsApp, have just introduced channels in their service, integrating to their platforms. So if you try to do research around that, it could be another way specifically for kids in unreachable areas. WhatsApp is it's one of the broadest way of reaching people from different places all over the world, and they've just introduced channels. And then, so I'm just saying, try to do research to Charlotte and see how that could be integrated in terms of your business model, and create a chat. Their channels are coming on so kids can learn directly from their phone, because there are channels that have been built into the social media platforms. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nanka. Do we have any more questions or inputs from the floor? Let's collaborate, guys, as much as possible. When we're talking of these things, like it's like the digital content landscape is a collaborative ecosystem, so your input is super valuable. We have like about 2-3 minutes left. So if you have anything to add or any questions to ask, maybe from the speakers, or any questions about EO, maybe. Yeah.
Shall I drop some links in the meantime, just in the
yes, please.
In the chat?
Yes, please. Yes.
I hope you don't mind me just jumping in.
Yes,
so
hi,
I just
Michelle.
wanted to, hi. Thank you so much for this. It's been very insightful just to go and hear the different perspectives. So I work in marketing, and one of my job roles is as a copywriter. So before COVID, I used to assist. So we work in business development. So I used to assist a lot of the beneficiaries with writing articles for inside sections on their websites, as well as their content and so forth. And ChatGPT has been a great tool to go and use up to this point, but I've seen a lot less of them are coming to me to write that stuff and they'll go straight to ChatGPT, but they won't go and double check the facts, or they will go and use the US English rather than the UK English, because in South Africa we use the UK English. So that's like with the S's and not the Z's in organization and such. And I just wanted to find out, what is the best way to approach that situation? To, like, for me, I do encourage it, because I do understand that we only work for them with a year, and then we go and let them, so we train them for about a year, and then we let them go out on their own to continue with the training that we've given them. I just wanted to find out if there's any prompts that I can use to help them further, because they will send me the articles that they've written using ChatGPT, and then I end up rewriting half of it through my editing notes.
Rolf, do you want me to take that one?
Sure.
All right. So Michelle, you know, this used to trip me up a lot as well. When I started literally just using ChatGPT for my copy. I'll give you an example. I'm sitting here with you guys right now. I have a pre-party that I'm doing for the Delicious Festival this weekend. It's a massive event that starts at 6 o'clock. And just as I sat here, I started panicking, thinking, I haven't sent out an aid memoir, you know, and I'm like, oh my God. But I'm literally not panicking, because I know ChatGPT will write me up one very, very quickly. So the short answer is, it's all down to the prompts, as you well know. And it's also kind of, you know, the intelligence that you build into your query with ChatGPT that you keep building on, right? So for me, my ChatGPT, perhaps similarly to Rolf's, like has all of these like different queries, which are essentially campaigns, and I keep building on the same campaign, so the quality of my output, you know, keeps improving. Where I think a lot of people will restart a chat every single time versus maintaining the sort of intelligence that the platform has in one sort of query and then building on it. But I think the short answer is, I've got a lot of sexy prompts for you, so I'm going to send you a few hacks.
Thank you so much.
For you to cover. But, you know, certainly, you know, I think enable your clients and keep clients, you know, coming back to you, because at the end of the day, you are in a competitive field where your earning is based on clients not being completely independent of you. So I'm always like stuck between giving them wings or, you know, letting them be the wind my wings, you know? It's crazy, but it's counterproductive, really. But I just want you to know that there's a lot of really great prompts, which I will share. I tried to copy and paste, but my stuff is too much. But I'll share it with Laura, so she can share it with just the guys that were on the chat, especially for social media and copywriting. That will help you out a lot, and hopefully help you scale your business too.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Rolly. Coach Oscar, I see you, bro.
Okay, firstly, I want to say thank you so much. I'm blown away. I thought I knew this, but thank you so much, Ro, and you just killed it. Like, if you notice, I started writing because I thought, okay, let me just listen for the listening pleasure. But man, I've seen someone who's probably higher up there. So well done, guys. A few questions I want to ask is, I'm in the coaching space and I do business coaching and mentorship, especially startup and also with leadership. And then I work with people who want to transition from corporate into starting your own thing. But with AI, I noticed post-COVID, the traction like client is really not coming like it used to. That was why I was so impressed with you sharing your story like post-COVID, because we seem to have been trapped, and what we used to know and how to navigate is becoming more like a big deal. So now, how do you think we could use this app in terms of marketing, not just marketing, strategy? My fear sometimes is I see this ChatGPT or AI, any of these apps, more like it's going to generate you something similar. So are we not going to be seeing something like plagiarism, something similar to what you do, someone else is doing? How are we able to use unique prompt that can still bring out that emotion or that connect, so your audience are able to also connect to up your marketing. For me, I believe using social media for a while now. I know audience differs, and again, the emotion you bring into your copywriting and your ads, all of this play a role in how you get the leads. So how do you think we can optimize in this area? Thank you so very much. Roy, or a beautiful lady here, please, I will appreciate that input from you. Share your experience also, maybe.
Yeah, but Rolf is also beautiful. You can't say Rolf and the beautiful lady.
Yeah, so
He's a man, you know what I mean.
I think this is also up Rory Sung's. This is more her department. But one thing I can just say on this is it's about using it. And if you use it a little bit every day, and you get a feel for it, and you just keep reading up about it and honing the prompt skills, I think that's something that you can do. If you go to Udemy's got fantastic courses for $200 on how to be a prompt engineer. That's like the new type of job that's going to be available, and there's going to be a shortage of. So if we can all be prompt engineers as well, that's what Chris was talking about earlier. How to actually speak to AI, and what Rory was saying. You need to give it context of what you're doing. So and that's what I always do. So if I was you, I'd say I'm a coach, and this is what I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm just giving you a quick example. This is what I want to achieve with my client. That he knows that AI knows what it is. But that's the big main point, Jay, is just make it a daily thing. That's the message from my side.
Yeah, thanks, Rolf. And Rory, you also spoke of just continuing, continuing the chat as you go along, because then it gets to pick up what you're about. I'll share an example quickly, Coach Oscar. Like recently, I had to write an article, and the prompt that I because I'm also polite, I start by greeting it. Hi chat. My name is Darcy. I'm a medical doctor. I'm a CEO of QuadCare, but I'm also a DJ. So that it can get a sense of who I am, and so then when I have to write something, there is also as much as there will be the medical language and everything, but there's that cool angle to it, because it depends also, and I tell it what the audience is that I will be talking to. Then it helps me frame the thing that I'm writing up in kind of my personality, so to speak. I don't know if you want to add anything there, Rory, and we have maybe 2 more minutes.
Seconds, yeah. Can I just ask, Coach, are you a doctor too?
No, I'm not a doctor. I'm a business consultant.
Oh, a consultant. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's even better, because I think one of the key things in consulting is, analysis, right? There's research, there's, you are looking, your entire job is to optimize other businesses and other people. So I think, one of the easiest things that I've developed on utilizing AI is running a gap analysis. So I will put in, as far as I've gone, here's what I've built, please develop for me a gap analysis across these key categories. And I will find that the AI actually hones in, finesses, and literally makes more single-minded my strategies. It is the most phenomenal thing. People forget to just, utilize your normal things, do a pestle analysis, do a, where you find out, what is the political landscape, what is the environmental, what's the technological, all of those normal consulting things that you would typically do when you are consulting for a client, and bring them into the actual thread and into the context that you're giving the tool. And just doing something as small as please do a gap analysis for me has improved my prompt so much. Keep that in mind.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I feel so enriched. Thank you, Rolf. Thank you, Rory Sang. You guys just came to the party, man. I know I ambushed you. and ask you to do this like, you know, with me. And I'm super, super grateful. And I think people really got value out of today. We will send emails to thank everyone for being with us today. Please do look out for all the links that you will need, including the link to find out more about the organization. But thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day.